I mean, what you seem to be saying is that the whole idea of superannuation being fully laissez-faire for people to make up their own minds which fund they're in and total choice and so on may be misguided. I mean, do you think that we need to start going back to defined benefit superannuation?
No, what we're saying is that what the system doesn't, particularly in the regulated system, what it doesn't allow for is the fact we do have members who don't want to make a choice, and we have members who want to make a choice. Now, we need to cater for both. We need to cater for those members who actually want to make full choice, who want to choose their own investments within a certain criteria, but don't necessarily want to run their own fund.
Yes, but what you're saying is that the people who don't want to make a choice also need to be looked after correctly, and which implies a sort of a nanny state view of the world. Somebody's got to make a decision for them, don't they?
Well, what we're saying is that if people do not want to make a choice, because it is a compulsory system, they should be able to rely on the type of offerings or the type of choices the trustees make for them. And this is what happens now with a lot of people. They're in default and they do not make a choice. They don't want to make a choice, which is absolutely fine. They shouldn't be prejudiced because they don't make a choice.
ASFA calls itself the voice of super, but you're not really the voice of DIY, self-managed super, are you?
Well, yes and no. A lot of our members are service providers, and a lot of our service providers provide advisory services to self-managed funds. So we have a self-managed fund policy committee. We have a number of self-managed funds discussion group. We're actually developing a course for self-managed fund trustees. So we actually do a lot in that space, and we have for quite some time. If you go through the list of previous submissions of ASFA, you'll see that we have done a lot in the self-managed funds. So we're very informed in the self-managed fund space.
And are you happy with, do you think it's a good idea that there's representation from that sector on the Cooper panel?
Look, we think it was important that the Cooper panel was balanced. We're particularly pleased to see some diversity with a female on the panel now as well. So I think that does bring a balance that it didn't actually have.